Good morning, El Paso. No more noise. In an effort to reduce noise, several railroad crossings in central El Paso will be closing, some of them for good.
Also, Team USA got its victory over Japan in the World Cup finals last night for the record third World Cup title.
This is something that 51 young ladies have had the experience to do this. It's been shown on TV for 54 years. I just didn't think it was fair to just cut this out.
And is the pageant bigger than some political commentary? ABC 7 spoke with Miss El Paso and organizers about the controversy surrounding Donald Trump and the Miss USA pageant. It's a story you'll see only on ABC 7.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Fireworks went without a hitch for the Independence Day celebrations.
This despite Mother Nature trying to rain on people's parade. The wet weather this weekend didn't stop people from hanging out and watching the fireworks.
And spectators took cover under umbrellas and even some blankets. A very good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Floren. Good morning, everyone. Let's get to Crystal. I know I was at a fireworks celebration in Deming, and it was so nice, and everyone was having so much fun, and then all of a sudden, just the skies opened.
Turned, yeah. Yep. We saw a lot of rain this weekend, Crystal.
Yeah, depending on where you're at, you got some good rain in locations. I also, same situation, heard all of a sudden that sky open up on our 4th of July, and I know that over the Pop Goes the Fort celebration was actually the fireworks show portion was canceled because of some of those showers, which we called for. We warned for that possibility. Unfortunately, we did tap into it. And chances of rain are still sticking around. We're starting with a look at our temperatures outside in El Paso. This morning, we're at 75, partly cloudy conditions, and it is a bit breezy this morning, 17-mile-per-hour winds outside. Over to Las Cruces, we're at 69 degrees, winds out of the west at 11 miles per hour. Winds are coming from west to east, which is bringing in some clouds this morning, and our relative humidity nice and high, 75% in Las Cruces. Here's that look at your clouds and radar map. Cloud coverage most dense in that central part of our viewing zone this morning. Some clouds will clear through your lunch hour, then redevelop with a better chance of rain starting this afternoon into tonight. We'll talk more about those rain chances coming up in just a few minutes.
It feels great because I think women's sports are underrated, and I think people underestimated the U.S. and what they can do.
The women did take home the victory in their rematch against Japan for the World Cup finals last night. The ladies took an early lead, too, and kept it to win their third straight World Cup title. We'll have the highlights coming up in a little bit.
No, there's no apology because what I said is right. I mean, what I said is 100% right. There is tremendous distress on the border. You know that better than anybody. The Mexican people are fantastic. The relationship I have with them is great. As I told you, many people have done business with me from Mexico, and I love the Mexican people. But no apology because everything I said is 100% correct. All you have to do is read the newspapers.
That was Donald Trump saying that he did nothing wrong when he said Mexico does not send its best people to the U.S. and instead drug dealers come, criminals and rapists. The real estate mogul has seen some of his business deals fall apart because of those comments, but his poll numbers are very strong in early primary states, and that has some Republicans pouncing.
Donald Trump does not represent the Republican Party. I was offended by his remarks. Listen, Hispanics in America and Hispanics in Texas, from the Alamo to Afghanistan, have been extraordinary people, citizens of our country and of our state.
And despite that criticism, NPR reports his poll numbers are strong in the early primary states.
And Hillary, because of Trump's comments, Univision and NBC Universal decided to not air the Miss USA pageant, and along with Mexican media giant Televisa, will not broadcast Miss Universe this weekend. Now, Trump came back to the forefront after an undocumented immigrant was accused of killing a woman. He has stood by his original comments, refusing to back down. The situation has left some wondering if the Hispanic contestants representing Texas and California should drop out of the pageant. ABC 7 spoke with Miss El Paso pageant organizer Laura Rayborn, whose event falls under the Miss Universe umbrella. While some are upset about Trump's comments, Rayborn says the contest is bigger than one man's political commentary.
This is something that 51 young ladies have had the experience to do this. It's been shown on TV for 54 years. I just didn't think it was fair to just cut this out.
I don't think that a single person should ruin a dream like being Miss Texas or Miss USA or Miss Universe, but due to the fact that he is the one in charge, that he is the head of the program, I would personally back down.
And the Miss USA pageant will be aired on Reels TV this year instead of NBC. Well, switching gears now and happening today. In an effort to reduce noise in some neighborhoods, the city is closing railroad crossings. The crossing at Elm Street will be closed for good, while the one at Rosewood Street will be shut temporarily. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live now with the details. Denise.
Good morning. This is all part of the 5 Points Quiet Zone project. I'm standing near the Elm Street Railroad crossing here in central El Paso. It's one of the 4 crossings that will be closing permanently. The signs here at the intersection have already been put up to warn residents of the closures. In 2013 and 2014, City Council approved the Quiet Zone project. The price tag, more than $1.6 million. It's funded by the city and the El Paso water utilities in an effort to sustain El Paso's infrastructure. The water utility will also replace underground water lines along the tracks. One man we spoke with lives near the Rosewood Street crossing, and although that crossing will only be closed temporarily, he says it'll still be an inconvenience.
It's going to be hard for us because we live here. In the next street is one way, so we have to go in the next street, go all the way to Cotton to come in and come out, so it's going to be kind of hard.
And with signs already put in place in order to complete this entire project, work is expected to be done by September of 2016. For now, we're live in central El Paso. Denise Olivas, ABC 7.
Thanks so much, Denise. One person is in the hospital this morning after a rollover on I-10 and Airway yesterday. This is video from our TxDOT traffic cams. Police tell us this happened just before 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. It's not clear how the car rolled, but we're told the driver was taken to UMC. A flight in a small aircraft turned tragic for 2 people in Portland, Texas, I should say, on Saturday. The pilot and the lone passenger were killed when the aircraft went down at a country club. Additional details aren't available, but there were no other deaths or injuries caused on the ground. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating right now.
Authorities say a small plane crashed into a crowded beach in Southern California, sending a 12-year-old boy to the hospital with minor injuries. Carson Scott has the latest.
Cell phone video shows a small plane making a crash landing at a crowded Carlsbad State Beach Saturday. The plane hit the water, flipped, and landed upside down, hitting 12-year-old Nicholas, who was bodyboarding with some friends. Nicholas is pictured on the far left of your screen.
But at the last second he saw it, and he almost fell back trying to get out of the way. And I guess it hit his face, something hit his face, and Titus and I were so scared.
Carson Scott is friends and attends Valle Middle School with Nicholas. He showed us the bodyboard Nicholas used as a shield.
Yeah, right here, there's the tire hit him. Down here, and down there, there's blood right here, but we tried to get all the blood off.
Right after the crash, Nicholas was bleeding from his head. Carson's dad, Tom, who brought the boys to the beach, jumped into action.
I was holding the back of his head and just trying to keep him calm and wait for people to show up.
Lifeguards and paramedics quickly responded and took the boy to Rady Children's Hospital. Nicholas's friends say doctors had to shave his head for surgery, so his friends are doing the same to show their support.
The fact that this wasn't his choice, we're going to make him feel better about it and maybe help him out and have him recover better.
Friends say they're looking forward to Nicholas getting out of the hospital and say he'll have a 4th of July story that will never be forgotten.
All right, let's take a live look at traffic right now. The time is 6:09. This is I-10 and Eastlake. Very quiet out there, but we'll keep an eye on things as it gets busy.
This weekend brought some wet weather to the borderland.
It sure did, and a lot of people got some heavy rain, but one part got so much rainfall that it flooded the streets, turning their neighborhood into a lake.
And later, California has not seen enough rain to stop one wildfire from burning over 300 acres this weekend.
And we'll talk to Crystal Cly. She's got a look at our forecast for the week ahead. Hopefully, well, we already know the answer.
Yeah.
It's going to be humid.
It's going to be humid, Crystal.
Yeah, still hot, still rain chances, but is there any break in sight? We'll talk about rain chances through the next 7 days coming up.
All right, thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.